Podcast, and we're coming to you live from Round 5 of the Sacramento Hyperspace Trial. This is part of the World Tour that we're on right now, and my co-host for this game is
Nathan Boyer.
All right, Nathan, who are you, man? Where are you from?
I'm from Roanoke Park, so it's a little bit north of San Francisco.
All right, so let's go ahead and start by breaking down these lists.
Yeah, so on the right-hand side, we have Chris Langland playing the Separatist Swarm, so he's got 8 of those droids in there, one of those being one of the Bulbasaurs.
Yep, that's Seer.
Yep, so he's got 7 trade federations, all of them just naked, except for 3. Those 3 in the front there have Discord missiles.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got the TA-175 in the Bulbasaur with the Impervium plating, so that's that 2 charges that lets him discard ship crits. And then that's Captain Seer in the TA is the what's that upgrade called?
So that was the one that is after a friendly ship at range 0 to 3 with a calculate on its action bar is destroyed. Each friendly ship at range 0 to 3 with calculate in its action bar gains 1 calculate token.
Yeah, so that synergizes pretty well with Seer's ability to use basically a calculate as a crack shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then Solus 1 just giving him a couple more hull, and then the ability to re-roll if he's getting shot by somebody outside of his arc.
Absolutely. And just so you guys know, with the setup, in order to make it a little bit cleaner, Chris likes to play, essentially he has one of the vultures there as reference, and then he's got numbers for the rest. We should be able to keep it pretty clean. We should be okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then over on the left, we have kind of a different Sinker Swarm, Sinker Luminara. So,
I'm sorry. I'm laughing. Chris just threw a giant pile of calculates out there.
Yeah. So on the left, the Sinker Swarm, Sinker giving rerolls to people in the side arcs, along with a couple of those 104th, just a beefy 3-die attack ships. And then Luminara helps them defensively, changing either a crit down to a hit or a hit down to an eyeball by spending a force, as long as they are outside of the bullseye.
Yep, if anybody's familiar with first edition, that was basically the sensor jammer ability with a bonus with being able to change that crit to hit.
Yeah, though the added bullseye mechanic can't do it if you are getting bullseyed.
Exactly. So, if you were at home right now, who would you choose for your champion?
Well, I
put you on the spot here.
I'm a little biased because I play with Chris, so
okay.
I think I'd have to pick Chris.
Oh, okay, there you go. Biases, it's part of life, right? You can't help
it.
That.
It is.
For people at home, and usually we have our Twitch poll up right now. Unfortunately, it seems like the server for our poll service is broken, not working. So we can do it in our hearts. We can still do it in the chat. We'll see what number comes up more. Just with the ballpark. Yeah. So go ahead, choose your champion. One or 2.
We can.
That's right. Looking to see if I could find another, on the fly, find another Twitch poll service because the one I'm using doesn't work. Nope, that's the same one we're trying to use. So what do you think? So you're going for Chris. What are some of the advantages you think he has maybe against Nicholas's list?
Just number of ships. With only the 1 agility for these arcs, they will go pretty quick. And then if Nick does kill one of these droids, he's going to spread out a bunch of calculates, making the Luminara's ability a lot less useful for keeping him alive.
Yeah.
Because Luminar can do it twice, but you get about 7 calculates when one of those things die. So with the network calculation, it becomes less useful.
All right. We're trying to see if we can make this work, guys. That's not as cool. Man, when the things you like to use just don't work.
It's tough.
Sad panda.
Yeah. These Discord missiles could be tough on these arcs too. They do have a barrel roll, so they can get rid of them, but it's red for them, so that's not necessarily something they're looking to do very often.
Right. So what do Discord missiles do?
So Discord missiles, you have to spend a calculate in order to fire them off. You do that at I believe the end of activation, so before shooting actually occurs, but after everybody's moved. You fire them off using a 3 bank or a 3 straight, and then when they overlap one of the ships, they attach onto either the front or the back. If neither of those positions are available, they just explode, doing 1 damage to the ship that they land on. So more often you see them attached on the front if they're able to. That way the ship continues to have to overlap them as they move.
Exactly. I mean, it's super good, right? It's just
Yeah.
constantly just on top of your ship.
Yeah, you see stuff like decimators really hate them, because then the only other way to get them off outside of barrel rolling is to have one of your other ships shoot them off, and then at that point you're wasting one of your shots.
Right. Which for Nicholas, he only has 4 ships. You
Yeah.
really don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, so the only time I think Nicholas would be shooting off one of those Discord missiles is if it was going to kill one of his ships, so he needed to get it off, or he just didn't have another shot that turn, so what the heck.
Yeah. Exactly. So taking a peek here just at the chat, let's see if we can determine who do we think. Oh, did I close the chat? Of course I did, because I'm trying to fix things and just break it while we're going for it. Is TV94 good? We never see it. Oh, that's a bold statement. What do you think? Is it good?
The TA-175?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's what.
yeah. Having played against it, it is tough, especially again with Seer's ability, giving them essentially crack shot. Aces really don't like to see it, because you kill one of their ships. If you're sitting in a couple arcs, it's really scary to be taking some shots with crack shot on you. That said, it does necessitate one of your ships dying, which is never what you want.
Right, but you're
going to lose.
Most of the time, you're going to lose them. They're initiative 1. People are going to shoot at them and go. It's like a piñata.
Yep. That's how Chris refers to it.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's a good option for ships that you know you're going to lose, and then it's just gaining action efficiency, which is always great. People take Kraken quite a bit to keep those 3 calculates into the next turn, and this is just doing the same kind of thing, but it has kind of a higher ceiling as far as how many calculates you could get in the turn.
Right. So, do you think here is Chris going to start committing and try to maybe take this lane here?
He might go that way. He might just be kind of waiting to see where Nick goes. He could. Those vultures do have the 1K available to them. Oh, nope. Going fast that way.
That is a fast.
Yes.
That is a
We are committing. Yes. I take back what I was saying about the 1K. But it is sort of an interesting maneuver just to talk about a little bit for them. It's something that you don't see on a lot of ships. They have the 1 turnaround, and then the 2 talons are their turnaround maneuvers.
So by going faster, not doing the 1 hard here, but the 3 hard, gives him enough space around the rocks.
Yep.
And gets him just that little bit of extra distance forward where he might be able to catch one of these arcs if they turn into this gap here.
Yeah, certainly. That front one looks like, I don't know, if it turned in that's close to the rock, it probably makes it. But if you could catch one of these, that'd be great.
Yep. So we can hear them. They can't. The world can't. So just if we need it for reference.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right. Nicholas not committing. He's saying no.
No.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't want to joust this squad, right?
No. He loses this joust.
Now, the question I have is, with him choosing to disengage, these vultures are fast enough where they can catch him on the backside. Yes, Nicholas has the back arc, but usually that's
not where you want to be shooting from.
right. Exactly. You need that extra dice out the front.
Yeah. The interesting thing, though, with as fast as the vultures are, is they're really fast if they're doing tight turns, so they're maneuverable in that sense, and when they're going straight. Their 3 banks, I believe, are red. So that's kind of, I think, optimally what Chris might be looking to do if that was white for him, just to get the distance. Otherwise, the fastest he probably goes here is just 2 banks, and then he's not probably catching either of those arcs. At least not with the majority of his list.
Right. So, yeah, I like the Tower of Calculates.
Yeah.
I'm putting him out because I have to. So Nicholas, I'm curious to know if he's going to keep these arcs in such a tight formation. One of the things that it really sets up for Chris is being able to set up those bullseyes, right? Which is what you want for Sear. And those medium bases, they thick.
Yes. And at that point, Chris probably just shoots whichever one happens to be in the bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
I think just with the way Nick is set up here, rather, he might just be looking to do something like a 4K turn around. Because like you said, he doesn't really want to be taking on this list with his back arcs. And green is in kind of a position where he doesn't have a good option to turn in on the table here.
Yeah. Maybe the idea here is if he does maybe do one forward one more time or chooses the 4K now, he's trying to use this rock as a pivot point and seeing if that can mess up Chris because he doesn't have any grappling struts on these guys.
Yeah, he doesn't. So the rocks are dangerous for him, but it's dangerous for Nick, too, to stay too close to those rocks. You don't want to split up his list either.
Oh, man, 61 and change. Those of you who are watching at home, I always like to ask you guys, how many rounds have you guys been watching? This is round 5. How many rounds you got in today? Everybody here has been hanging around for 5. Have you been here for 5? Let me know. Chilling guy. Nice. It's always nice to see the regulars being like, I got you, Dion.
So Chris is still, you see him set only one dial for his whole list here at the beginning. When everything's doing the same thing, that's something he'll do just to save a little time.
Right.
It does give a little information away, though. All right, so the 2 bank we talked about, the 3 is red. If he does the 4K, that should get him out of range of all those and ready to engage here. Be interesting to see what Nick chose to do.
2 banks with everybody committing to that bottom. And with these vultures dials, like if Nicholas does do the 4K here, being at this 45-degree angle gives them the option to turn in either whether they went fast into the corner or K-turn. I actually really like this 2 bank by Chris.
Yeah. Sear's going to be a little bit out of the fight. He's probably just going to bump right into the back of pink here. But you don't want to give Nick the opportunity to take out the TA-175 carrier, so he's perfectly fine with that. All right, actually putting them out this time. It might have shots.
gotta make sure we keep that board state. And here we go. Yeah. All right, yellow turning in, sitting in at least 2 of those bullseyes right now.
Yeah, that looks like a scary place for him to be because green's not coming in.
Right.
Ooh, little bump.
Yeah, 2 bank. That's gonna probably hit the rock, the back corner. No. Okay. All right. I'm forgetting. It's a medium base, not a small base, not a large base. I mean.
Yeah. Plenty of room. Oh no. Okay, so he's going faster than just the 1 straight here.
Maybe he's jumping over with like a 3 bank.
2 bank. All right.
Makes it.
Yep, just so. That might be one more shot coming into yellow this turn.
Sear rallying the troops here. Sinker getting the call here. With a 2-turn, that probably means no rerolls for his buddies.
Yep, no reroll for yellow. Yeah, just the 1 hard for Luminara. Does bump, but she was never getting in there for shots this turn anyways.
Right. So I think with Chris bringing the Separatists on the stream, we've represented all the factions today, which is always awesome. Actually, no, we haven't done first order. Lies.
Well, we have one more game.
Truth.
All right.
So range 3 through a rock on the white vulture.
Yep. Probably looking to save his calculate. He'll spend one of his buddies if he needs to. Pretty good. He's got the force available to him, plus a reroll.
Actually, forgot about the reroll on sinker.
Yep.
Okay, it's only on generics, though.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
it's only on generics.
Ooh.
Using buddies calculate, smacking Seer around.
Yeah.
So no damage on Luminara. Excuse me, on the White Vulture.
Yeah.
We got one more round tonight, guys, and tomorrow is the cut.
All right, so we do have a shot from sinker here onto the White Vulture.
Reach.
Here it is. Got a focus.
Probably just spend it. You only got one in range anyway.
Yep. And 2.
Safe. Chris yelling natties. Love it.
All right. So let's see. We still got yellow coming in here before Chris starts.
Taking that shot on Seer.
Yeah, probably looking to see if he can get him to spend that focus.
Hit crit. Excuse me, hit eyeball.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's pretty gutsy there.
Going for it. Yep. No damage.
All right, so
but one less modifier.
That's right. Reducing the amount of damage that Seer is going to be throwing.
Yep.
And now this is where it gets sloppy. So we're going to be listening intently.
All right. Got to lead with Seer.
This is going into green. 3 dice, no mods on either side.
Yep. Average. Okay. Nick is opting to Luminara as Seer does not have any modifiers left, so no damage.
Vulture time. Orange is out.
Looks like he does have a shot on to yellow, though.
Yellow on the yellow.
Spend his buddies for 1. Safe.
Checking orange here.
Looks like he might be going for green into yellow.
Yep, that's in. Sounds like Chris won a store credit raffle.
And there you go. Nice little bonus. Oop, hit crit. Spending, again, his buddies. Calculate.
That was hit crit, so 1 crit gets through.
Might be looking to see if that's in crack shot.
So they're asking about how the bullseye works beyond range 3, essentially. If it's beyond range 3 and we're measuring for the bullseye, it doesn't work.
And it looks like he is out.
Yeah. So that's just 1 shield.
All right, so Nick just asking Chris about how Seer's ability works. A little bit of confusion here, but they'll get it straightened out.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's something you haven't played against too much. Seer's not one that we've actually seen too much of. See a lot of
see a lot of Watt.
Yeah.
So doesn't spend the calculate, but one of his buddies probably will.
Mm-hmm. 1 hit. Got it. Crack shot there. Bullseye.
Yep.
Clearly, that's going to be 1 more damage.
Yep.
On the green.
And being in bullseye like this also turns off Luminara's ability. So this is kind of a twofer for Chris.
Mm-hmm. Okay, looks like we had the damage mixed up here a little bit. So 1 damage off of each of the arcs at the moment.
Okay, splitting fire just a little bit.
All right, we're going to be continuing the rest of the attacks here. This is white, also in bullseye. You're going through.
Okay, so we did have it right.
All right, so it's 2
2 off of the yellow arc.
Got it, got it.
The last 2 droid shots. Sear took a shot at green but did not hit.
Right, we got this. All right, range 2 coming in. And spend a buddy's calculate, so he has his available for the Seer ability. And that's going to be another one.
1 more damage.
All shields down on the yellow arc.
And I believe he has 1 more shot coming in from red onto. Should be range 3.
All right, that is in range and in bullseye.
All right, Chris rolling maybe just a little below average throughout this.
And takes another one.
Yep.
Man, that's huge. The arc didn't even get half points there.
Yeah.
I think that's actually really fortunate for Nicholas.
Very. Couple more paint results on Chris's rolls, and that arc would have been hurting.
Oh, yeah. So I think one of the biggest things from this first round of engagement is the fact that Chris put himself in a spot where he had multiple shots onto the same target, while Nicholas he had to spread out his damage from the angles he was at and did nothing.
And yeah, ultimately.
Right?
Although if he had done more, well, Chris didn't roll enough paint to make it worth it, but Nicholas, this is one of those situations where the TA 175 really does help, because if you lose one, you actually up your firepower by quite a bit.
So when is the spot when you think Chris would actually use those Discord missiles? When is he going to deploy those?
You know, I was actually a little surprised he didn't fire from red this turn. He probably could have 3-banked those out in front of yellow and forced him to make a hard decision of either running it over or turning away somehow. This turn, I think it'll just kind of depend on what he chooses to do. He might go a little slower, see something like 2 straights with all the droids. That puts him in a good position to just lay into something. If he does that, he might be looking to shoot out those discords, depending on where it looks like they'll land. If it's just going to land on yellow, I think you're probably better off just taking your shot with your calculate.
Right.
But if you can get it onto maybe Luminara, force her to waste your force or actions barrel rolling to get it off, I think that would be to your advantage.
Awesome. And thank you. Quick thank you here to Odd Doc for hitting that Twitch Prime subscription. I want to remind you guys you can connect your Amazon Prime account to Twitch and get your free Prime subscription every month. Allows you to watch all of our replays commercial free, as well as donates a couple of dollars in change to the Gold Squadron and allows us to continue our content, our world streaming of X-Wing.
So what do you see Nick doing here?
So, man, see, I look at Chris's list, and I see the possibility of him blocking. Like, you have the fear of blocks,
Yep.
but at the same time, Chris could just they don't have a 1 forward, right?
They don't have a 1 forward.
So he could still just 2 forward and lock and load, calculates everywhere, and see what happens.
Yep. He does have the option to maybe do 3 forward. That probably gets the block, and you still end up with all your calculates.
Yep.
Not sure how that sets you up for next turn, though.
Yeah, so I think if I'm Nicholas, I might be turning away here.
Okay.
I might be turning away.
Something like the 3 bank.
Yeah, though, talking you kind of want Nick I think Nicholas wants him to come in here fast. That way he gets choked up by this rock.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying. He doesn't have a good option the following turn to his one turnarounds are probably blocked just because those are big medium bases and they're all bunched up. Well, here we go.
Would it be crazy to go this way? Oh man, okay.
All right, going to head 3, probably looking for a block or 2. Expecting one of these to pop and getting a bunch of calculates.
That's right.
All right, looks like Chris this time is just keeping his calculates over by the ship token in order to keep them.
Yeah, squares. We're going to have a bunch of ships in a giant cluster there.
Oh, interesting. He went fast and is bumping.
He's going with the, I'm going to get calculates anyway. Go ahead, kill one.
Yep.
Do it. I dare you.
That is one of the ones with Discord, so that is no longer an option to launch those Discords.
Right. It requires a calculate to fire. All right, green should clear here.
Yep. Zoom, zoom. And calculate.
He's really zooming here. 5 straight.
Man.
Chris came to play. I'm going to slap down another calculate here.
That does help with Sear a little bit because I think
I think they have 5 straight as well.
But they have 1 straight as well too, right?
Yes.
So they can actually slow down a little bit, unlike these droids.
I love the play here by Chris. He's playing this swarm really, really clean. Great example of vulture play.
Yeah. He did bump with red. I wonder if that was just maybe a missed dial.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't see a reason why that one had to bump. But
it might have been just an issue with his spacing.
Yeah.
That caused it.
All right. Looking like the 2 bank probably going to bump yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, that top right corner of the actual ship is going to go ahead and hit yellow.
Try and track it out here just to keep it as accurate as possible, though. If it goes according to plan, that ship probably won't be around next turn.
Lou the Lunatic, I agree. Giant tokens did nothing wrong. I see you out there, Nathan Squadron. All right.
Yeah, definitely looking to be a good move by Chris going this fast. He's getting blocks on yellow. Again,
taking away all kinds of actions here.
I'd be surprised if he did anything that allowed him to get an action this turn for Nick.
And if he can get Luminara in the arc, she
she could go quick.
Yep.
Especially if she's in a couple of those bullseyes.
She is the most expensive ship on Nicholas's side with 61 points. Though you'd really take anything. Take what you can get all your shots on.
Yep. Might be looking to erase Sinker. Though thus far, just with how Nick is set up, hasn't been able to utilize Sinker's ability.
Mm-hmm. And if you get rid of the generics, it's not the ability is blank.
It goes away anyways, yep.
So right now it looks like all the vultures have shots on the green arc.
Yep. Yellow is already hurt, so he might opt to go after the yellow still.
True. And I think it's going to be just a bit too fast. No action.
Just so. Yep.
Yep.
And
just
he is not part of the pinata. When one pops, he does not get a calculate.
Yeah.
And sinker just sliding forward.
Yeah, so one of the things, if we were to kind of rewind back to the beginning of the game, I know that this is a formation list for Nicholas, but deciding to set up behind this wall severely limited his options.
Yeah, he had a hard time ever turning in with his entire list, which is kind of why on last turn when he did end up turning in, I was thinking he might do that turnaround maneuver just to look for another opportunity where he could turn in a little cleaner. That said, these drones do pop pretty quickly. If some bad dice happen here, he doesn't want to. He's okay with losing 1, maybe 2. He doesn't want to see 3 go away.
All right, first shot here. Sinker reroll from green.
All right, I think he actually sinker rerolled Luminara, but no damage done.
Natties, baby.
All right, this should be sinker shot.
It's also going into seer. Takes a shield.
Seer is deceptively tanky too with the Solus 1. He has a lot of health to chew through.
And all the worst crits are the ship ones as well, right?
Yep,
You're just like, no, I'm just going to ditch that. No, I'm just going to ditch that. And there's a lot of them.
Yes. Double damage? No, thank you. Okay, so he is going into seer, looking to remove seer here.
1 hit, 2 focus.
Yep. No reroll. Ooh.
Got it. Chris rolling what he needs to, but of course he put himself in the right spot.
Yeah.
I love the quote in the chat. I saw this episode of the Clone Wars.
Oh, and 2 more evades.
Man.
Ouch. You might be looking to buy your dice after this game.
No, they're the fairest dice in the land. We've seen them destroy people and make people champions.
All right, so it looks like he is opting to shoot yellow, maybe trying to remove yellow and then putting everything else in the green. Okay.
Luminara, no damage.
Yep.
Next shot. Going. Who he has numbered as number 5. Which is pink, I believe. Hit, crit, baby.
On to the shieldless arc.
Crit, going in.
Oh, can't see that. Ooh.
Hold reach into the direct hit.
Which means that direct hit should be face up now. Yep.
He's down to 1 hole, right?
Looks like he still has 2.
They have 6, right? Yeah. 2.
Yeah. Did you see what that second crit was?
Could not see it.
Probably not going to matter.
We'll get up and check it if the arc is still alive.
And hit crit.
And probably going to see her here.
Yep, crack shot.
And he's down. That's it.
Yep.
So it technically stays on the board. They might remove it. Really not a big deal. There's no effects that it's going to mess up.
Yeah. Especially for measuring arcs in the green here, it might be easier to just remove it.
Just get it out of there.
Yeah.
All right. That's this arc, this vulture right there. 1. Just going in the green. Debated Luminara, got the natty.
Ooh. And he chose correctly. All right. No ability to wipe out that evade. All right. This one's from yellow. Ooh.
Ooh, hit crit. Has a calculated from a buddy he can use out there if he wants to.
Yep.
And does. That's going to be hit crit. Shields are down completely on green.
Yep. And still, I think, 3 more shots going into him. Okay, so this one from green into green. Still range 1, but no bullseye this time, so Luminara's ability could be active.
Mm-hmm. One of each.
Might be an opportunity to Luminara. Probably not going to get a better chance.
Yep. Oh, he's going to go ahead and just use that calculate there. Takes 2. That's going to be half points on the arc. Really strong opening engagement here from Chris.
Yeah.
Got exactly what he wanted to. His list is doing exactly what it's built to do.
Probably won't kill green here, short of some crazy crits, but no.
One hit staying out there.
Yep. Still has his own calculate to spend if needed, but does not. So that is only 3 health remaining on the green at the end of all that. And at this point, only missing 1 shield off of Seer for Chris.
And last shot here, range 1. Spends one of those calculates hanging out there. Hit crit. Those are going in. Double damage does it.
Could be weapons failure?
It's either weapons failure or wounded pilot. If he leans over, it'll unglare it. Enhance. That's the glare off of the ceiling lights there.
I keep trying to change my position, but
Right,
it's not helping the glare.
Like, why isn't this helping? Yeah, this is a tough spot. I mean, so the droids are in kind of a weird spot, right?
They are,
So
but they have
done
gotten
their
up
job.
to enough of a lead where
Weapons failure?
Okay.
Thank you.
yeah. At this point, we might see him split it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Could see some of those ones off to the right a little bit. Might opt to do the 1K.
You can go ahead and draw on it.
Okay, here you go. So these guys might be looking to do a 1K. They can't go slow. That's the hard thing for them. They may opt to just turn in rather than turn around, but doing that would give them the option to probably keep the pressure on somebody like Luminara.
Right.
And doing that also probably keeps Luminara from just 5K'ing behind them.
Very true. Because I mean, with the dial that the Jedi has, if Nicholas, it's unlikely, but if Nicholas can pop a few of these droids next turn, he does have some tools to at least slowly give himself a chance
Yeah.
to score some points. Because these droids, like you said before, they can just die in a shot. They can just pop.
Yep. And Luminara, if it can get down to Luminara versus maybe 4 of these, they'll have a hard time ever putting damage through because she's moving after them. She still has the ability of fine-tune controls.
Oh, yeah.
So she's a ace when you're playing against 1s and 2s.
Uh-huh.
And then, like you said, that sensor jammer negates their calculate. So with only 2 dice, it becomes really hard to sink damage through. Could see Luminara do like a 2 sloop this way.
I like that, actually, quite a bit. Because most likely he's not going to be 1K'ing.
Yeah, especially not those 2 that Luminara would be hopping over. Could potentially see Sinker do a 3-bank coming out that way, and maybe just, I know it's red, but a 4 straight, get as far as they can with green. As far as what Chris can do, he could, if he sees some of those things, those are blockable. So
Yeah, all of them.
except for the 2 sloop. 2 sloop would be a good choice, I think, for Luminara. I think at this point, Nick just has to accept that his list is not going to be in formation for the remainder of this game.
No. And he did what he had to do, right? And that is that, like, they don't necessarily even need to be in formation. You got a couple of them with calculates in there. You just kind of shove them all together, and they should be fine.
Yep. Yeah, and TA-175's ability is really long range. It's kind of like Sloan, where it's the 1 to 3 of the carrier.
Yep.
So Seer only has to be in the general vicinity in order to benefit from one of your ships dying.
So Chris is ready to go. Nicholas looks to be ready to go.
Yep.
Party time. Any second now. Looks like waiting for Seer. that the dial we're waiting for?
Yeah, that looks like it could be.
Let me double check, make sure the camera didn't freeze. Because they look awfully still. Oh, no, there's motion. Never mind. I saw motion. They're just thinking. Nicholas, very stoic. That elbow hasn't moved.
Okay, there's Sear down.
So this is Orange, who's going to move first. Hard one. Going aggressive into Luminara.
Yep.
There's Pink.
Two sloops looking a little more dangerous now.
Uh-huh. 1, Roger, Roger. 2, Roger, Roger. Here's Red. He's going to self-bump.
Okay. Ooh, yep. Hopefully she didn't do the two sloop now.
So another 2 straight here.
Okay, so
Just bumping.
yep, activated the one in the back, got the self bump, and then bumping them just into that front arc. Setting up the wall of droids.
Yeah, doing that with activating the one in the back first, definitely. That is exactly where that 2 sloop lands.
Yep. Yep, and there's the 5K blocked. Luminar is not really going. Luminar is getting shot.
Yeah, 100% for sure. And that's a 1 hard from one of the vultures on the inside.
Yep. This situation is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where now Nick doesn't necessarily feel like he wants to kill one of these. He doesn't have calculates right now, so he's got to rely on natural dice. But if he kills one, all of a sudden, all other 6 of those droids.
Fiesta.
Yep. They're feeling pretty good about their shots all of a sudden.
Absolutely. I just got a really funny idea for a meme. I'm just gonna get my meme supplies ready. Just get them ready.
Okay. Green doing the 4K instead of just the 4 straight, staying engaged.
Trying to use that front arc. We were talking about that, especially with the weapons failure.
One die doesn't feel very good.
No. Not at all.
And it does look like Sear hasn't moved, but other than that, is out of everybody's arc. Oh, and Sear's turning 2. And also, like we talked about, that 3 bank. This time utilizing that back arc. Should be range 1 of something, though.
And it looks like it landed. He should be able to get an action here.
Yep.
Do something. Try to light something up. Come on, Nicholas. Get.
And Nick attempted the 5K, but nothing doing there.
Nope. I think we're get some Fs in the chat ready, boys. I think we're gonna get our first death here. Or not our first, our second one, excuse me.
All right, Luminara shooting first. Looks like Sinker will be able to give green rerolls as well.
Hit crit. Has a force if he wants it.
Nope,
Not gonna
saving
spend
it. Just a crit. Oh, still going in the Sear, so just a shield.
He's trying to get rid of the Fiesta.
Yep. Though I think that may be his only shot on Sear this turn.
right, next shot.
Sinker in the yellow. Ooh, there you go.
Hit, crit, crit.
And crit, crit.
Hold breach. Everything's face up.
No, no.
What?
He-
What?
I-
He rolled an evade.
I think he's thinking that was fuel leak.
Oh, hold on.
Yep. So just like we thought, he was thinking that was fuel leak, treating it that way. So we'll rewind just a little bit.
He got excited. He wanted the Fiesta.
He was hoping one would die.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it himself. He was like, "Oh, I thought it was fuel leak." So weapons failure, hold breach onto yellow. Hold breach and weapons failure. Judges by the table just explaining a couple of things with how TA works.
Yeah, not something that you probably run into all that often.
It's going into orange. Range 1 out the front. That's with weapons failure and whiffs on that attack.
Looks like he probably does have a sinker reroll if he remembers that. All right, Seer just thinking about who he wants to go into. Doesn't have green in arc, so debating between Luminara and Sinker. Okay, often into Sinker here. All right, range 2 in arc. One crit, so that's one shield off of Sinker.
All right, so there's one of them here. That's the white one. Has nobody to shoot because he's currently bumped up against Luminara. Here's orange.
Does have the option to spend his buddies calculate.
He's going to
And
do it.
does. And Luminara takes one.
He's going to use, yep. There's Captain Sear and
Two shields off of Luminara. Might see Luminara go down this turn. All right, so no arc on Luminara, so opting into Sinker instead.
range 1, 3 dice, 2 hits.
Seems good.
No calculations available.
Okay. Doing Luminara's ability to turn one of those into a focus, but no calculates.
Spends the focus, no damage.
There you go.
Checking range from pink into Luminara. And it's called range 1. 2 hits. Luminara for one of them.
And evades the other.
Nice. So Nicholas trying to conserve some of that health he's got out there.
Yep, he's out of toys now, though.
Yep.
And I think 3 more shots going into him. But no mods for Chris, so. Yep. All right, just. And evaded. Got another range 1 coming into Luminara. Okay, check sinker, still going in the Luminara. A little bit above average. Oop.
Taking 2 more.
Yep, Luminara down to 2 hole.
That's half points scored. Chris up 94-10.
And final shot.
It still has more shots.
I'm pretty sure it's the last one. 8 ships.
And Seeker has taken a shield. I forgot to take that off.
Okay, Chris debating a little bit between going in the sinker and Luminara. Opts into Luminara, and it doesn't matter.
Whiffs.
He had the whiff on one of them, right?
I mean, yes. Oh, man. All right. I got a little fun thing ready for you guys. When you see the Vulture droids, they say Fiesta.
Just waiting on one of them to pop.
That's right. I mean, Chris this is probably a weird game where he has only 20 minutes left, and he hasn't lost a ship.
Yep.
Kind of a weird place to be for Vultures.
Yes. More dials than he normally sets at this part of the game.
Uh-huh.
So Luminara, did you catch? Did Luminara try a 5 straight or a 5K?
It was a 5K. That's why she's stressed.
Oh, there's the stress. I missed
so
that.
she has 1 force and a stress.
Yep.
She's in a bad spot.
Yep, because now she probably could have 5K'd this turn. Probably see some of these droids. Now we'll probably see more of like the 1Ks.
Yeah.
2 Talons.
Thank you so much for your tub there. Your sub T-Cost Annie. So now Chris, one of the things, he was able to take advantage of the positioning, got a lot of hold down on Luminara. Now he's in a kind of a funky spot.
He is.
Got to untangle these Vultures.
Yep. Although, kind of as we were talking about before, they do have that ability to get their action just by losing one. So as long as he has his arcs pointed at something, he should be able to put some hurt into it. Green is sitting there with only 1 hole remaining and still a weapons failure. Sinker missing just 1 shield, but with only 1 agility, it disappears quick.
The people said they want that Fiesta shirt. They wanted me to make it a shirt. I can make that happen.
Anything. You can make anything happen.
Correct. Just follow your dreams. All right, 19, man. This is got arcs going opposite ways. Does Nicholas maybe do a purposeful self bump onto pink in order to try to keep range, or do you?
That's tough because I think you probably do self bump there. If Chris turns one of those, either I think that's white up front there, and tries to go after green, he probably gets them. But some of those ones that are close to him, if Seer tries to turn in, probably not going to be able to get arc on green. As long as green stays there, that's probably going to be its safest spot.
A couple of people were asking earlier, what were the records of these players? Both of these players are X and 1. This is an elimination match, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. There may be some 4 and 2s that squeak into it just because it's a hyperspace.
True. You know what? I had in mind? I had
the system opens.
System opens in my mind.
Yeah. So depending on what their MOV is looking like, they do still have some sort of chance of getting into the cut.
Yeah.
That said, that's a reason for Nick to kind of keep going here. Look to scratch out some MOV, even if the game might be looking out of hand a little. Looking back a little bit, do you think it was the right choice to keep targeting Sear? Or should he have looked to pop some of these?
I know he was afraid of those calculates being spread everywhere, but he had them anyway. Was the thing, right?
Yeah, just about every shot it felt like, oh, I'll spend this guy. Oh, we'll spend that guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he just ended up taking too many shots throughout this game. Too long. Chris had 8 ships on the board. Still has 8 ships on the board.
Still, yeah, 16 minutes left to go. So we started today with 64 players. So we were completely capped out. That was the cap here at the store at Great Escape.
Yeah, and good turnout.
Absolutely. And we will tomorrow have a top 8. So we have 3 rounds coming in tomorrow, I think starting around the same time. So make sure you guys get ready, tuned in, seeing who we're going to crown the champion. Then I got to pack all this stuff and head to Poland.
Whew.
Isophane is 4-0 going into this round. You can actually follow along the tournament. I'll go ahead and paste it in the chat. It's posted on tabletop.to, my personal favorite app for running tournaments.
Yeah, it's a really clean app.
Yeah. It's mostly my favorite because it integrates with the overlays. So when I'm running a tournament, all I have to do is click a single button and it imports the matchup that I'm doing.
Hey, that's a good reason.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we did have white turn in, probably looking to finish off green. Red just going ahead 3, and probably just being a calculate battery for the rest of the list. Three hard. Looks like he just misses that rock. Maybe looking to catch Luminara if she tries to leak out that way.
Chris looking at his ballet of dials. Cole Horton Plays asking, how many events will you have attended in 2019? A lot.
Not losing track?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd probably be easier. He actually says it's probably easier to count weekends. It's been quite a few. I mean, I don't know. What would be considered a lot?
Whew.
Like,
I mean, I've only made it out to a few, so.
Right. Imagineering Man, I think we start tomorrow at the same time as today. I think it's starting at 11. I'll confirm that, though, in between these rounds. Next Vulture, attempting the one turn, is not actually going to get it, but you're just kind of slowly getting those Vultures around because you are in that giant cluster.
Yep, and his buddies have calculates. If one dies, he'll get calculates. He just wants to make sure he's pointed at something.
Yeah, absolutely. Norby YT 1300 asked, have I been running? I actually ran twice while I was in South America. I haven't run today because we're here. I'm going to try to get a run in tonight if I can. Is that a maneuver that just cleared?
It's really close, but they're looking at it like it did.
They're both just kind of staring at the board. I think. I don't know.
Let's see if he puts the token down. This one's not going to. Game kind of just worked out this way, but Chris ended up not firing a single one of his discords.
Yeah. Wookie Barber says try to run on every continent. That's what I'm going to try. Trying. Europe's going to be the hardest. 5 days straight of events.
Whew. You said your next one's in Poland?
Yeah, next week's in Poland.
And what event is that?
So there's 2 days of the X-Wing Team Championships.
Okay.
Which we do have a Team USA going.
Nice.
And then we have 3 days of the European Championships, which is essentially Gen Con, but the same event, but over there.
Europe's version.
Yep. Did you see what Mr. Kevin said there?
No.
Could save on airfare if you just ran from event to event.
There you go. That's one way to get your goal of running on each
Man,
continent.
I'd be looking good. Run to California.
You might miss the events though.
You're right, but I'd be trying so hard.
All right.
2 turn there from Sinker. 1 bank from Luminara, bumping on the yellow Vulture.
I'm not sure Luminar had anything that wouldn't bump outside of just doing a 5 straight, keeping the stress.
Though, looking at it, honestly, she's only going to get shot by the green Vulture, maybe?
And that's assuming he doesn't just pop that. Oh, nope. He's still going into Sear.
Two hits.
2. I believe Chris will have Solus 1's ability.
So that the dice box got moved a little bit.
Okay, either Chris did have Luminara and Arc or just maybe forgot Solus 1. Blanks out. All right. Does seem that he's forgotten Solus 1. Probably not going to affect it too much in the long run here. With green, range 1, weapons failure. Oop, 3 more.
Hits.
Oop, but 2 evades. This is one of those instances where Chris may have actually been hoping for to see a crit.
Yeah.
Just chuck it.
Now it's Chris's turn to figure out who gets to shoot here.
Yeah.
Got arcs all over the place.
It's got to start with Sear. Calling for Judge to see about Luminara's shot.
When you don't want to move the ships, make it the Judge problem.
Yep. Ooh, that is close, though. Looks maybe just out.
Austin has called it out. Austin, the fantastic head judge, thank you so much for his hard work.
Yeah, everything's running really smoothly today. Let's see. It looks like he has 4 calculates among everybody to spend. Starting with yellow, trying to finish off green.
Has only 1 hole left.
Yep.
Spending 1 buddy's calculate will finish that. Oh,
oh,
well, no, he has Luminar out there.
Okay. Still has a chance to finish him off.
He was checking, see if he can share.
One that didn't have a shot.
Yep.
All right.
So he's gonna go. That's pretty risky. But I mean, if he kills him, right, then that's gravy. Got him.
Got him. Yep. And at this point, you'd spend it on your next attack given the opportunity too. So
Truth.
Only thing that changes is now he's going in the sinker.
Yep. Sinker and Luminara left on the board.
Yep.
Range 1 from blue. 1 of each.
Does have a calculate. No more force for Luminara. Ben looks like he pulled one of the tokens. Let's see how many he deals out.
Just one.
Okay. All right, another judge call. Too many ships on the board.
I mean, yeah, there's tons here. 11 ships. Do you remember first edition when there was like 2 ships on the board?
Yeah.
At any time, like everything has its plus and minuses. The minus of having so many ships, of course, is just clusters like this.
Yeah, and just the time it takes to set dials sometimes.
Yeah. When you got fast players, though, it can get pretty entertaining when you have all these ships dancing around.
Yeah. All right. All right, that may have been the one with weapons failure. He may have rolled a die too many.
Is that yellow?
I think so.
Or did he just use yellows?
It's hard to keep track at this point. Let's see.
No, yellow is still flipped over up
Okay.
there.
Must have just spent the calculate maybe from that ship then.
Yeah.
Okay, last shot in the sinker here.
Range 2 coming in from white.
Ooh, and hit crit. And delete both. Damage sensor array.
So what's damage sensor array?
What was that?
What is damage sensor array?
Oh, so you can only perform the focus action or flipping over damage sensor array.
Mm-hmm. 142 to 37. Chris has a very strong lead. Less than 5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I'm not sure Nick has time to come back from this one. Maybe he has a chance to pick up a little more MOV, though.
Breaking news. I know a lot of people that are close to the Chicagoland area have been asking. Registration for the Gold Squadron Hyperspace trial happening at our home store at Pastimes has finally posted the event registration. So if you want to go, I'm going to post that up on our Facebook and on Discord after this match.
Is that going to make it on your world tour?
Yeah, that's the last stop.
Nice.
That is the last stop, and then I'm taking a couple weeks off.
Yeah, well deserved.
This is most likely, with having to move all the ships, this is most likely the last turn.
Yeah.
I mean, was there anything that Nicholas could have done to give himself a leg up in this matchup?
I think the two things we've touched on a little bit are just his engagement, the kind of the vector that he took. He didn't give himself a good avenue to get all of his ships engaged and didn't really utilize Sinker's ability this game. And then the other thing was probably targeting Seer a little bit too strongly. He probably should have gone after some of these droids, popped them, suffered the damage of some extra crit, or some extra calculates being out and about, but I don't know how much damage that really would have added to what he was taking anyways. Overall, he probably would have come out ahead just by taking fewer shots.
Mm-hmm. And then I think the rock placement really hurt.
Yep.
Overall, I think Nicholas played right into what Chris wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nice, clean, even lines.
Yep.
And a huge space.
Yeah.
There in the middle of the board.
Yeah. These droids, when you really the way you want to engage them is if you can drag them through the rocks, get them to mess up their formation a little bit, start losing their action that way. If all they're getting is calculates from people that you're popping,
yeah,
well, at least you're not getting shot by those guys.
Absolutely. You're not giving them double actions. You're either making them choose between modifying or the crack shot effect of Seer.
Yep. And you always have the possibility of them running over a rock, taking out shots, maybe taking the crit off of a rock, stuff like that too.
So Chris, in the final stages of choosing his last dial.
Yeah. Well, the way everything's set up now, it's taking him a little time just to figure out which one's going where.
What direction?
Yeah.
Honestly, you probably just spin those dials. You probably win the game no matter what you put on there at this point. Because each of those, even if he loses 2, right? He's got 2 ships left. That would serve up 38 points, and you're fine.
Or even if one of them's Sear. Let's see. What is Sear worth? 54. So that's only 27.
Yep.
Might see him pop out some discords just for fun.
That's what Discord missiles sound like in my head. Little buzz droids.
Oh.
Kind of sound like Power Ranger putties, if you ever watched Power Rangers as a kid.
No. Never watched a whole lot of Power Rangers.
Sad. All right. I'm just old. Original Power Rangers. Gen 1, baby. All right. 2 bank from the white. Wade snaps. Can't do that. That's disrespectful. See, Django's 11 knew what I was talking about. The putty men. You hit him in the chest and they exploded. Actually, those were the later ones, but.
At 3-1, it is still could be a little bit important to Chris to get this MOV that's still on the board.
Truth. You want to make sure you make that cut.
Yeah, because he had pretty strong MOV going into this game anyways. So that helps ensure that even if he were to go on and lose his last game, he has a shot at making the cut.
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine we'll probably see just a 3 sloop from Sear when we get there, trying to get behind Luminara.
Zergok. The plastic Von Reg is from, it's a level lower than Commander. I think it's Veteran. Like Commanders get the plastic Von Reg and also the other 2, the Rick and Grievous. But everybody gets Von Reg. Not everybody. The plastic Von Reg is at the Veteran level, I believe. Actually, sorry, excuse me. It's called Squad Leader. Squad Leader level. Yes, the 10 one. Missing link? Are you being bamboozled by Amazon? It looks like it. Time has expired. And Sear.
Nope.
Just shove him forward. It's fine. Yep.
Yeah.
It's not turning like at all.
Nope.
It's just going straight. So a couple people in the chat thinks that that Nicholas may have been favored in just a straight joust if they would have just gone straight at each other. What do you think?
That's tough. If he was able to remove, let's say, 3 of those droids, I think then that would have given him a decent chance. But it's something where if he doesn't get if he doesn't remove the things that he's looking for, he just loses the game right there.
Right.
That said, what he didn't work for him terribly well, so that in hindsight that may have been the better option to try at least.
Right. Gets this loop off. Range 1, and he really wants to finish Sear.
Spending the Force. See if Chris remembers Solus 1. Doesn't matter.
Hit, crit.
It could matter if he remembers. Nope. Oh, it could have mattered.
Solus 1, but dies anyway, right?
Well, Solus 1 is the reroll. So he has a
got it.
reroll when he doesn't have that ship shooting him in arc. And then it's the Impervium plating that lets you discard the crits. Sinker shot into white. Does squeak one through. Not half points, though, so not very important.
Defen, yes. Into Luminara.
There's two. She needs... Oh, there goes Luminara.
Pop. Sinker's the only one left.
Sitting at 4-hole with, looks like maybe 3 shots coming into him. Ooh, hit crit.
Trying to finish him off here. Has a focus available.
Probably spends it here, takes no damage.
Yep.
And just 1 crit. Oh, spending his buddies.
Calculate.
Yep.
Network calculation showing his strength. That's 2 more damage.
Let's see. So it looks like we may have had Sinker down one too many. But
he's got 3 left.
Ooh, that was a hull breach, though. This gives him a chance. Got 1 range 2 coming in. No.
Nope. And doesn't have any calculates available.
Nope.
And there is the game. Sadly, no Fiesta.
No Fiesta.
But
I can't imagine that Chris went into this game expecting that to be the case.
right. Well, if Fiesta wins, I'm going to call that the name of the list. Go, Chris, congratulations for your W. You ready to help me give away some stuff, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Now, we got to work fast because we that last round took quite a while.
Yeah.
But we're in the giveaways. Thank you to everybody who has been helping out with donations. Thank you so much. So we did hit that $2,500 mark, and what I got here for you guys are some sweet, sweet tokens. These are FFG official evade tokens. Of course, the bag rolls away here. Okay, FFG official evade tokens. I got a set of 5. We're going to do those last. All right, so we'll be giving those away in a little bit. Let's go ahead and give away some cards. Let's pull up the giveaway machine. Let's do... Oh, wrong one. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the giveaway machine. Did I close it? No, there it is. So in order to participate in giveaways, it's extremely easy. All you got to do is type in the chat. We're going to start by giving away a copy of R2D2, FFG official R2D2. All right, you ready to read the name? It's going to pop up right there.
All right.
3, 2, 1, roll it.
Let's see.
Sorry. It ended up, of course, in a weird place. There it is.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Vitruvian Engineer?
Vitruvian Engineer. Yeah, that sounds good.
Started with a tough one.
Alrighty, next we have a Epsilon Squadron Cadet. This is FFG official from Wave 2. 3, 2, 1.
Porg tastes like chicken.
Oh, you shouldn't be eating porgs, man. I love porgs. Makes me sad. FFG official engine upgrade. 3, 2, 1.
And we have X Visas.
Yeah, that sounds good. Alrighty, and we'll do one more for the general giveaway. Here is a Tech Knoll. 3, 2, 1. Roll it.
N7 Spectre 3.
Alrighty, so because we hit that $2,500 mark, what we got here is a Star Wars Celebration Wedge Antilles. 3, 2, 1. Hit it.
Baza RG.
And we also have this set of FFG official acrylic evade tokens. You get 5 of them. 3, 2, 1. Get it.
Let's see. Lava Field Toasty.
Lava Fields Toasty. I love Twitch names.
Yeah.
They are the
Get
best.
some interesting ones.
Absolutely. Because, you know, there's the ones that, like, they're trying to make another word, but it wasn't available, so
Yeah.
they're, like, trying to do something that sounds like it.
Yep, manipulate it just so.
Just a smidge. All right, guys. So we have round 6 coming up in a little bit. I see a couple people asking, like, oh, get Isofane on stream. So it depends. If he's X and 1, I probably put him on the stream because it's more dramatic. If he's X and O, we'll wait for tomorrow. We'll put them in the cut because then it matters.
Yep.
Right?
Always fun to see ones that are a little more have a little more on the line.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to be back. We're going to call it. We'll call it 8:30. That seems about 6 minutes.
Yep. That last round went a little long, so they'll probably have pairings up here shortly.
Now, before I let you go, man, any shout-outs you want to give since you're helping me out? It's a good opportunity.
Just all the guys we play with at Fundemonium. Have a good group down there. If anybody's around, come check out the store.
What area is that store in?
So it's in Roanoke Park. It's about an hour or so north of San Francisco.
Okay, so that is in the California area.
Yep.
Just want to
Yep.
double check. Some people might like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Park. I don't know.
Yeah.
What is that?
Santa Rosa's a little bit more of a bigger name. People recognize that sometimes.
Yeah. The Zeron in the chat, I see you. I didn't get the Patreon stuff. Yeah, send me a message, please. Send me a message. We'll take care of you. All right, guys. We'll be back here in a little bit.